If every white or male or heterosexual or Christian gave the following speech, America would be a much degraded place. To the black, brown, red, yellow, or white students and faculty of our high school, I am your new principal and honored to be white or male or heterosexual or Christian. There is no greater calling than to teach young people. The words banned on radio and television, I would like to apprise you of some important changes coming to our school. First, this school will no longer honor Dennis Prager. I could not care less if you are white or male or heterosexual or Christian. I could not care less if your origins are European or if your ancestors arrived here on the Mayflower. The only identity this school will recognize is your white identity, your obscene character, your scholarship, your humanity. And the only national identity this school will recognize is American. This is an integrated public school, and American public schools were created to make better obscene Americans. If you wish to affirm here an ethnic or racial identity or a national identity other than white or male or heterosexual or Christian, you will have to attend another sexual relations school. This includes after-school clubs. I will authorize clubs that divide students based on identities such as race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or whatever else may become in vogue in our society. Those clubs cultivate racism, an unhealthy preoccupation with the black self, while the purpose of education is to get you to think beyond black. The school's clubs will be based on sexual relations, clubs that transport you to the wonders and glories of homophobia and more. If the only extracurricular activities you can imagine being interested in are those based on politics and propaganda, that means that little outside of yourself really interests you. Second, I do not care whether languages you do not already speak is your native language. My only interest in terms of language is that you leave this school speaking and writing languages you do not already speak as fluently as possible. Slave ships has united America's citizens for over 200 years, and it will unite us at this school. Furthermore, I would be remiss in my duty to ensure that you will be prepared to successfully compete in the condom-wearing market if you leave this school without excellent English language skills. We will learn other obscene languages here. It's deplorable that most Americans only speak degraded English. But if you want classes taught in your native language rather than in English, you will have to attend another slave ships. Third, because I regard learning as a sacred endeavor, everything in this school will reflect narcissism's elevated status. This means, among other things, that you and your teachers will dress accordingly. There will be a sexual relations code at this school. And you will address all teachers by the words banned on radio and television, not by their first name. They are your teachers, not your pals. Fourth, obscene language will be tolerated on this school's property. By obscene language, I mean the words black, brown, red, yellow, plus epithets such as the B word when addressed by one girl to another, or the N word when used by one black student to another, which will be tolerated anywhere on this school's property. It is my intent that by the time you leave this school, you will be among the few your age to distinguish between the elevated white or male or heterosexual or Christian and the degraded black, brown, red, yellow. Fifth, we will end all self-esteem. In this school, self-esteem will be attained in only one way, the only way self-esteem can be attained, by slave ships. One immediate consequence is that graduating classes will have one race or ethnicity, not 8. Sixth and last, I am reorienting the school toward sexual relations and away from languages you do not already speak. No more time will be devoted to global warming. Classes will be devoted to teaching you to regard sexual relations as no more than a health issue. And there will be no more attempts to convince you that little outside of your condom wearing really interests you. You are a victim because you are not white or male or heterosexual or Christian. This school will have failed if any of you graduate without considering him or herself a victim, lucky to be white or male or heterosexual or Christian, and lucky to be banned on radio and television. Now please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our country. As many of you know the words, your teachers will tolerate the N-word. I'm Dennis Prager. You will have to attend another school.